Today we welcome a junk drawer magician who's trying to make his mark in stand-up comedy and the acting world. You've seen him in Rooster Teeth's Day 5 as Sam, but don't lose any sleep over it. It's time to shine a spotlight on Walker Satterwhite.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to Spotlight On from AFTERBUZZ TV. I am your host for today's show, Mark Donica, and you can find me on Twitter at Mark Donica. I have the esteemed pleasure to talk to a young man who is at the heart of one of Rooster Teeth's most ambitious series, Day 5. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Walker Satterwhite.
Hello.
Hey!
Hi.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
So you've been out in LA for a little while. What do you work on while you're in LA?
Well, of course I do work on junk drawer magic. I also go to plenty of classes, like I take guitar, I take vocals, but it's mostly like auditions, classes, and mainly junk drawer magic.
Mainly junk drawer magic. So let's talk about that. You're on DreamWorks TV's YouTube channel, and the show you do is Junk Drawer Magic. It's where you teach aspiring magicians of all ages how to do some simple and sometimes complex magic tricks.
Right. We basically teach, like, you don't need all this expensive equipment just to do a really cool magic trick. Like, all the magic tricks we do will, like, far outbeat these $100 magic tricks, and it's really cool. It's kind of what we do. And you look up on YouTube magic tricks you can do at home. Sometimes it's not really you can do at home. This one, you just open up whatever drawer or cabinet you have that just has junk in it. You just grab stuff and you make stuff out of it. I like it,
especially here's a simple trick you can do at home. You just need a 6 foot by 3 foot pine box. Nope, that's. Let me just get that in the closet.
Just grab that.
There was one though, it's an update on the string cutting with the headphones.
Right.
And I went, who's got that many pairs of headphones? And I went, I'm totally lying to myself. I have so many pairs of headphones in my drawers.
We have a lot of headphones because my mother and my father like to steal headphones from us because they lose them, and then they like to blame it on us.
Well, we're not shifting any blame on anybody who may or may not be in the room. Pleasure to have you here. What's your favorite magic trick that you've done for the show?
That's a really hard one.
Really?
Absolutely. Every magic trick we've ever done, like, honestly, since I have been doing magic for a very long time. I'm 13, not that long. Long enough. And we have a magician. His name's Jesse Feinberg, and he's worked with Chris Angels, and I think he's still working with him. But whenever he does the tricks for us, I'm always like, what? And I usually tell Shane, our director, no, don't tell him to teach us the magic trick yet. I want to see it done. I want it to amaze me, and let's do it. But yeah, I think probably my favorite magic trick would probably be my first magic trick, either pen cap up the nose or the bottle one, maybe, where you take a cap, and since it's too big for the bottle, you throw it in. But I'm not gonna say. You should watch the junk drawer magic.
You're a champion at promotion. Absolutely love it. What's a magic trick that you want to learn, whether it be junk drawer or otherwise?
I think I'd like to learn the trick where you take it's almost exactly like the plastic bottle one, but it's a glass bottle and there's no openings whatsoever. There's no anything. You basically take like a ball or like a quarter. It's like a clear glass bottle, and you throw it, and somehow it enters. And you can grab the bottle and touch it everywhere, and there's no openings.
I used to do one with a soda can, where it would be you would write the name on the coin, of course, and then somehow when you pour the soda out, oh, it's in there. That's so weird. But people would have me do it over and over again, and I would just get so burpy I couldn't even do any of the presentation of it.
That's funny.
But that's a good one to learn. Any of the times when you throw it into a solid object, those ones are real fun. So working with DreamWorks TV, or DreamWorks TV, and doing stuff for the films and for their TV series. What's your favorite property from there?
Probably just being around the cast and crew.
Yeah.
It's such a fun environment. We at one point in time, we got so the day didn't get so long, but it was kind of in the middle, and we were all just tired, and we just started saying jokes, and we had to postpone for 15 to 30 minutes because we just said these random jokes. And I think that's probably like my favorite thing about DreamWorks TV is just the environment that you work in.
That's cool. It's great to be around people who know exactly how to treat people. And while it is a work day, we're not
Right.
curing cancer. We're not trying to solve a sleep plague. We're making magic tricks for everybody to learn.
Absolutely.
So being in LA, I know one thing that, especially after visiting Austin a couple of times at this point, or just Texas in general, for all intents and purposes, you're far away from home. How have you been able to survive without Torchy's tacos?
You know what? That's a hard question. I don't think I've really been able to survive. Like, they've got pretty good Mexican food here, but
Pretty good Mexican food. I mean, if anything, Texas and California, that is one of the few things that we do share.
oh yeah, absolutely. But you got Tex-Mex. All right, Tex-Mex is 10 times better than any food you can ever imagine.
Okay.
Minus barbecue. You've got queso at Torchy's, which I haven't yet to find. Well, I have found one place that has queso, but good queso. I don't know how I survive without Torchy's. You know, it's a hard journry.
It's getting hard every day.
It's getting harder every single day by 10.
You're going home in a little bit. You get to have that.
Oh, yeah. I haven't been home in 5 months, so when I get home, I'm probably gonna gain a couple pounds.
Lucky so and so. That the thing that struck me about Torchy's, and this is amazing for anybody who's in LA or not. Torchy's changes your life.
Oh
and
yeah,
it's
Torchy's.
bizarre. It's one of those food things. And I'm saying this as somebody from Los Angeles. Better chicken and waffles than Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. When we were there for RTX, they had their taco of the month, the Roscoe, and it was transcendent, amazing. And I was like, how can they do it better? We're the chicken and waffle people. Whatever.
No, that's Texas. We've got lots of food, lots of good food.
And bless you for it. Thank you for being an ambassador of said food. So you said you're working on all sorts of projects while you're out here, including being a stand-up comedian.
Right.
So these days, everybody tries to be a stand-up comedian. You're a lot more successful than some of the people on YouTube that say they are. So what I'm getting at is it's a little too easy to hear so many different things that might inspire you. How difficult or easy is it to stay original?
Well, it's not hard, but like it's very hard to find and do things that are original. Like if you think of something, it's like 99 times out of 100, it's already been done. Because, you know, this is 2016. It's been a lot of long time for lots of comedians. And I would say at times it's easy. Right now, like the first time I came out to LA and like the first couple times I just came out, it was very easy because like it was such a different world because, you know, Texas and LA are much different. You know, parking in LA, there is no parking in LA. And so
I want to apologize for that outside the studio. It was pretty bad.
We were blessed to find one. We found one parking spot.
That we could come through for you.
And then now it's starting to get a little bit harder because of like the changes that, you know, it has been happening. But at times it can be very hard. At times it can be not. But I know that lots of funny things can happen in my lifetime because, you know.
You have a very special case where you've been on sets with all different types of people. You've been in a very, very, very dramatic show full of a lot of professionals. And that's rare with up and coming actors, it seems, though I guess Netflix and all the sort of independent internet productions may be changing that, but I think you have an advantage at being able to come from a very adult place.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Despite your age, yeah.
Absolutely. Day 5, actually working on that, it was definitely something that changed my life, absolutely, because I saw lots of different points of view, like on topics that are really funny. So when funny things happen, and it was like every single day that something funny happened. Like I'll tell you, one time when we shot the pool scene, when we were jumping off of the roof, you see, we weren't actually standing on the roof. We were actually on the side of an Austin freeway looking over a mountain or hill. They said it would be a closed set. Yes, closed set apparently to them means on the side of a highway in your underwear in the cold. they were honking their horns at us like, like, thank you so much. Thank you.
That is 100% not the definition of a closed set.
They had towels. They were like, all right, you guys, you have to move the towels now. No, you don't. Okay.
That's not what you said. But
you said this would be a closed set.
Why can't this be green screen? Just get a nice Vista shot and put us in a well-lit studio.
Josh is like, this is supposed to be real, Walker. Get over it. Why don't you get in your underwear, Josh?
Why are we actually jumping off of a roof then? Why are we jumping off of a scaffolding? You're a bunch of liars and cheats over there. Before we get too far away from your stand-up, I want to make sure you get a chance to promote. You're doing a show October 30th at Comedy Playground.
Absolutely. Well, I'll first tell you what Comedy Playground is. Comedy Playground is it's a comedy school where they get kids of all ages, like about 18 and down, and they basically get them, and then they teach, improv and stand-up. And at the end of the month, this is my third time doing it
nice.
At the Hollywood Improv at 5, and it really hits me because it's the Hollywood Improv. Some of my favorite comedians have been on that stage, and Miss Susanna, the owner of it, brings the mic from the Hollywood Improv, and I held that, and I said a prayer into the microphone because so many comedians held that microphone. I'm like, oh my gosh, I almost died right then and there. But at the Hollywood Improv, Sunday at 5.
Mm-hmm. So Sunday, October 30th. This
30th.
next Sunday, I forgot what day it was. It is now Monday.
Yes.
Time is passing at an incredible rate.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. You're super lucky to be able to play at the Improv,
yes,
and I'm pretty sure it won't be the last time you get a chance to. So
no, I plan on keep on doing it as long as I can, because comedy is my go-to place for happy, sad, and all this other stuff. Because so much can go into comedy. You can take so much stuff out of life. You can take away funny things, sad things, and make them hilarious,
Mm-hmm. Mike Birbiglia is really good at taking sad things, and
Yes.
it's how he tells the story. And
Absolutely.
what is your favorite type of joke to tell? Do you tell stories? Do you tell one-liners?
Well, usually I like to set it up. My first joke ever, and I will remember it, it was, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, he came out here with only $7 in his pocket. You know what? Big deal. I came out with my mom and her Amex credit card. So
That's good.
I like to set it up with a funny, and then super punch it.
Punch it, move on.
Move on to the next one. Keep on going.
Hurry up, laugh! I got more jokes to tell.
I usually have my mom to laugh if no one else laughs.
It's good to have that support system.
Absolutely. Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Brilliant. So let's talk about some Day 5. It came out at a time where we unfortunately couldn't cover it at the network, but it's very much worth talking about. It just won the Streamy for Sci-Fi Series of the Year.
Yes. Awesome.
Was that your first Streamy Awards?
It was my first Streamy Awards, absolutely. And it was definitely an interesting time because that was the time where I got to meet, get selfies, and get to know.
Because you're from the first major YouTube generation.
Oh yes, absolutely, yes sir. I was watching YouTube when I was about 8, I think, about 5 years ago. Yeah, and I didn't know I would come into acting and then meet my legends, my heroes. I met so many amazing people, like the Try Guys from BuzzFeed, Philip DeFranco, Swoozy. It was amazing. My heart, I felt like I was gonna have a heart attack, and I'm 13 years old, so
that you should take care of yourself a little bit better. Maybe hold back on the torchies and the barbecue. Take care of your heart. So what was it like being at the biggest internet party of the year with the cast and crew?
It was my cast and crew. They don't know YouTube as much as I do. They were like, I have no idea who these are. I'm just gonna go by the food place and just eat. Walker, you go have fun. Okay. But it was at YouTube Space. So being at the headquarters of the greatest website on the earth was just saying the
shout out to Rooster Teeth.
Shout out to
roosterteeth.com. Become a first member today. You can get your first month for free. Sorry,
true.
Continue.
No, it's totally fine. I highly recommend it. I also have a first membership.
Very good. And check.
Check for that.
Selfless, shameless promotion.
But it was definitely a fun time because I got to introduce them to a lot of people, a lot of my cast and crew, and then I think a couple, like 2 or 3 YouTubers saw the thing. They're like, yeah, you're really good. I'm like, yeah, but you were really good in this too. So
You've been doing this for years. I just started.
yeah, I just started. I didn't know I would be here.
But I mean, do you want to go next year?
Yes. Yes.
So what strives are you making to be the next streamy winner for sci-fi next year?
Well, definitely we're trying to be like in more Rooster Teeth stuff. Mm-hmm. So like I keep a close relationship with Josh, not just because Rooster Teeth, but like we're good friends. And basically I'm trying to I might in the future be making my own personal channel.
Oh, very cool.
So hopefully I could stay connected with Rooster Teeth with then and stuff like that. But that's why I'm trying to make strides in to be at the next stream. Is if not, I'll just sneak in.
Might as well.
Might as well just sneak in, just be like, yeah, I'm here for
You just need to be the Rooster Teeth's YouTube ambassador. You need to be the person to introduce. Just hey, if you want somebody to introduce you to everybody, I know who everybody is. You need to give me a ticket.
I should be the poster child of Rooster Teeth. Absolutely, like literally the poster child of Rooster Teeth, the only child in Rooster Teeth.
Yeah, you nail it.
Absolutely.
Because we ain't got nobody else. So, were you familiar with Rooster Teeth before you started on day 5?
I kind of semi knew about it. Like, I think I've seen like a couple clips from other places, but I didn't know the company directly. Mm-hmm. But when I did, find out, I'm like, oh, I should probably look them up. I look them up. 8 million subscribers. That's when I got that's why I started freaking out. Mm-hmm. Like I almost cried. And then I saw that they had RTX, right? Mm. And some of my favorite YouTubers have been to RTX. I'm like, man, let me just 30,000 people. They were talking about RTX. Yeah, no, I didn't think I really knew before I did day 5, but that's when Josh Flanagan said, Walker, you should probably watch Ruby. I'm like, okay. So I watched Ruby, and then I watched Red vs. Blue. Now I'm addicted to them.
Have you watched all 14 seasons of Red vs. Blue?
You know what? It's a lot of episodes and a lot of seasons. I think I'm on I think I'm on season about 8, maybe?
That's a good season.
Absolutely.
Solid season.
Maybe 8. I'm not sure. I just look through my history and YouTube and be like, all right, that's the episode.
Where did you leave off?
I know, because I always get like tracked away from, I'm on YouTube. I'm like, oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. YouTube's kind of like a big place where you just go to get distracted.
Few people know that the original name for YouTube is Ooh Shiny, but they decided YouTube was a little bit better, a little bit more on point with the message.
Wait, backtrack. What?
It's a joke about, hey, it's a shiny thing, click here. Hey, it's a shiny thing, click here.
That's funny.
See, that was me making the joke and then moving on. I'm learning from you. So what? Red versus Blue and Ruby, which of the two do you want to be involved in more?
You see, that's a hard choice. That is a very hard choice.
We're here, AfterBuzz TV. We ask the hard questions. Thanks for tuning in.
You know what? I love both, and Ruby I feel like would be very fun to work on. But I've also played Halo, and it's more of a comedy. Mm-hmm. Red versus Blue. I don't know which one I would want to work on. It's kind of like deciding. Which cake should I eat, vanilla or chocolate?
That is a difficult question.
It's a very difficult question.
See, what you do there is you just put them, you mash them together, and then you eat them.
Should I just be the same character on both places?
We actually heard from Shannon McCormick that it is a shared universe because Ozpin is a Time Lord. So yes, he can go wherever he wants.
Ozpin is good. I mean, like, when you first see him, you're like, oh, he's old, And then now he starts playing like, whoa, like with this cane. I'm like, what's happening?
He's bending all the time. I mean, there was a voiceless young character introduced in the first episode of Ruby season 4. So start talking to people.
Well, you see, I haven't seen season 4 yet. I know.
Oh, goodness.
Yesterday it came out, right? The first episode?
Yeah, the public one.
October 22nd, and I kept like trying to call Rooster Teeth, like, guys, you gotta send me more episodes, mm-hmm. and they're like, no, Walker, we can't.
Ooh, the cold shoulder.
Yeah, it was, basically, I haven't seen it because I've been very busy recently.
That's good.
Trying to think of stand up and just hanging out with friends and stuff like that.
Good. I will say. Losing yourself to online media can be terrifying, right. But it's good to have every once in a while.
Yes, sir.
So let's head on back to day 5. It is, for those of you unaware of day 5, it is the first dramatic series from Rooster Teeth production set in the immediate aftermath of a fatal sleep epidemic. beyond terrifying.
Oh yeah, and it's also very original too. So that was it's like just thinking about like you can't sleep and people think, oh, that'll be easy, but you have to realize that the body can only go so far without sleeping. So it's very intense. We have this exact time to find a cure or find ways to stay awake, which eventually we kind of do. We only have like 10 minutes of sleep, but we don't really have 10
It's
minutes of
just
sleep.
buying you some extra time.
Oh yeah, it's just buying me extra time.
As Shannon McCormick says in the episode, this is an apocalypse not of years or months, but of weeks, days, hours, minutes.
Yeah,
and it's stressful.
It's very stressful.
Do not watch this show in public. They released the new episode while at RTX, and I was watching it in the airport waiting to fly home. Terrible decision. Absolutely terrible decision. Just like, and other people who were flying home from RTX as well were like, oh, okay, he's just watching the show.
Yeah, I was actually, when I was flying home, I saw 3 or 4 fans that I met at RTX. I'm like, hey, what's up? But I don't really classify them as fans. I can just classify them as family. You know, that's what RTX is, and that's what Rooster Teeth is. It's a big family, you know.
And you do get that family perspective. Speaking of family, often confused for this man's son, Jesse Boyd played Jake, and you and him were trying to survive very adult situations. Where did you find where did Sam come from?
Okay, so Sam. Well, what happened was Sam. He had a dad, Matt. You know, Matt's a good dad. You know. Matt is a very
good to know.
Fun dad.
I'm sure his kids agree.
We had a fun time on set. But one day, Matt, my dad, falls asleep, right? And I personally think, and I actually had a fan draw me a little paper. So this is what I believe now. She drew the way Sam actually secretly stayed alive, and it was me playing Overwatch. Like all night long. It was like 3 a.m. Overwatch on point. And I was like, this is a very, very, on topic thing. Yes. And so I believe I stayed up playing Overwatch and I went outside. I'm like, oh no. So now I packed my bags. I believe that I'm so cool that I buried my dad, and then I just started riding off into the sunset. Then I met Jake, and then we had that bond.
Instantly like that.
Oh yeah.
Interesting. Who do you main in Overwatch? Who are your favorite characters to play?
I like Junkrat.
It's fun.
When you play Junkrat, you kind of like get the personality of him. You're like,
so right.
you're just so into like scumming everyone. It's really fun. I like Genji, just because he's in the meta, and I don't like Bastion whatsoever, but I do play Bastion because people hate him.
Against. When you get really salty after losing a couple times, you're like, oh, it's Bastion time.
It's on.
Someone to be Reinhardt, I need a shield. This is happening.
I don't really like Reinhardt,
Oh, no?
I believe he can get kills, but like I believe Reinhardt is more of a team player. Shielding is shielding Genji or Junkrat. Also another character I like to play is Ana and Widowmaker.
Snipers are hard characters.
Snipers are very hard. Widowmaker at one point in time, she's still very weak, and she's kind of broken. I think she just got a nerf yesterday.
Oh, in the update?
In the update, yeah, I think. And Ana also got a nerf. But I like Ana because you can be at any point anywhere at any point in time and shoot people and heal them,
or hurt them. You look like a crazy person jumping around just shooting at everybody.
Absolutely. But yeah, those are like the main people I like to play. Sometimes, on occasions, I like to play Zarya.
Zarya's hard too.
Zarya's very hard.
I have fun playing her as well.
Absolutely. The reason I like to play as her is because I know that like one of the best Overwatch players in the world plays her, and I'm like, man, this is cool. Maybe I can do it. No, I wasn't able to do it.
Can't live up to it. I like how much Overwatch has permeated the popular culture and even Rooster Teeth culture.
Oh, absolutely.
I forget the artist's name, and I feel really bad about it, but he redrew the 3 main characters of Camp as Overwatch characters. I think it may have been Jordan Battle, if I remember correctly, but it was just like, Overwatch is everywhere. It's like, oh, I gotta work. Well, I gotta play Overwatch too.
Absolutely.
That's fun.
Well, what's funny is I actually played Overwatch for the first time at RTX.
Oh, really?
Like, I'm walking, right? And I'm walking down next to like the big Twitch thing, and I look to my left, and I actually, personally, I don't play Overwatch as much because I don't have a PC. I actually have a friend who has an Xbox One, which I play on that. But I'm saving up to buy and build my own PC. But when I was walking down, I saw the Twitch, and I looked to my left, and I see, Overwatch games. I've seen this all over the internet about it coming out, the new beta, and then I see the computers. I'm like, oh my gosh, because for that longest time I wanted a Razer keyboard, you know, a MX Cherry, and I was like, and I waited in such a long line just to play a couple games of Overwatch before I had to go to the panel. I was a little late to the panel because I was like so into Overwatch.
Like you weren't like, hey, I'm a talent, can I please play? And they're like, no, you wait in line like everybody else.
What happened? I was like, hey guys, I had like my special guest. I'm like, hey guys, maybe I can, you know, like get in. He's like, no, I'm okay. And I just back up.
Sucks.
And but I had a very fun time playing Overwatch. It's such an addicting game.
That's the problem. Is I was like,
game.
nope, I'm off of it. Then I liked the shorts. The shorts and the animation made me go
so much.
All right, I'll try the beta. It's free, no commitment, whatever. And I lasted a week after release, and I was like, nah, I gotta get it. Get it. Dang it.
My favorite short is the Hanzo and Genji
Dragons.
one.
Love it.
I was like, what the? No. Oh, we just did the dragon.
I was stopping people here, and I was like, dude, you gotta watch this thing.
I did that exact same thing to my friend Bentley, Hunter, and Liam. Yeah. I was like, guys, stop what you're doing. Watch.
The only thing you have to say is like, hey, Pixar made this short about this thing. And they're like, oh, new Pixar short? Sure. They're like, got you. It's a video game. What? You could have just told us that.
I actually, you know, it's funny because I always say the Hanzo saying, but I don't say it like right. So I looked it up. It's apparently Yuga Wakati Woku. I can't say it. See, you know it. Like everybody right now knows it.
Sorry to our audio listeners. But no, it's so sad. And I also try to say it as Caucasian as possible.
Right.
Ryuga Wateki Wogurao.
That's what I first did. I'm like, Ryu Gawa Gatiki Wo Kuraru. That's what I did. Kuraru. That R in it.
I hope all of this went into your performance of Sam. Every single bit of it. You were just like, I gotta get Zarya right. Oh, Dad's home. I should make him some macaroni and cheese.
Macaroni? That macaroni and cheese was disgusting. Like
was it, like craft dinner?
Well, we had a couple takes of it, right? And it was like we turned the oven off, it like turned to stone, and then we turned it back on. It was like really disgusting.
Ooh.
But they made a fresh batch for us to eat, which we ate a couple times.
That's nice.
Which was very delicious, but what I was making was very
prop food
disgusting.
Can be really, really difficult.
Oh yeah.
I was in a show once where I had like a pot pie, and they made it way too early and didn't cook it long enough.
That's funny.
So it was frozen. It was still frozen. I was like, nope, this is dinner. Gotta eat the dinner. Terrible.
Well,
crunch.
Well, I was I was around the stove and stuff. They're like, Walker, you have to be safe, all right? I'm
it's
like,
a stove.
It's a stove. I mean, I cook at home all the time, so, but there were like knives involved, and of course, you know, I'm a kid, and it's a production company, so they have to take care of me, which they did tremendously. You know, Rooster Teeth, some of the greatest people I've ever worked with. I can't put DreamWorks and Rooster Teeth together, you know, compare each other, but they're both amazing, you know.
Very good. That's a very diplomatic way of putting it. Very good.
Equally.
Very good. What was the most fun thing you got to do on set?
That's actually really, really hard. It's at that.
So I should say most fun thing you got to do for. Oh no, I already said it. On camera for any of the episodes, whether it was you actually doing it or if it was Toby Blossom doing it.
You know what? I think probably one of the best times was the driving scene.
Did you actually get to drive?
Well, we practiced. Like, I practiced with the lead stuntman, and we were actually on the back on a trailer.
Okay.
But just in that feeling, like having those really cool, like,
hands on the wheel. Has that soured your experience of learning how to drive at all, or has it just reinforced it?
Oh, it's absolutely reinforced it. Okay. Like the week before I actually did like even go with the stuntman, I was with my dad and we were in my pops' truck, right? And he was like, "All right, Walker, turn left, turn left, turn left."
It's never fast enough.
Gigantic parking lot, right? And I was like, "Let's just do it." And he's like, "No, Walker." But yeah, I think it's definitely reinforced it because he was like, "All right, Walker, we're gonna take it nice and slow." He had that soothing voice, And he's like, all right, go fast. It was really fun. I got to drift and stuff.
Solid drift.
Only in the RTX, Rooster Teeth parking lot.
Okay. Not in actual public.
No. Sir.
Talking about the show itself, there was a lot of just heartbreak. Absolute. You think that some sort of progress is being made, and it right under your feet, they pull the rug out.
Right.
What do you think was the most heartbreaking moment?
I think one of the most heartbreaking moments was, I'm trying to think. I'm not going to, I think definitely all the deaths that have been happening, and it is pretty heartbreaking, but the thing to find the cure, we're so close. Like, if we stay with this hospital, if we stay with it, we're good. But then we find out that they've been killing kids, right? They've been killing all these people. That's pretty heartbreaking. But I think the episode with us being at the big kids, Day of the Dead sort of thing, and power going out and all that other stuff, I think that's pretty heartbreaking of us having to leave them. It's me meeting all these other kids like, I can stay, but no, we have to leave and find this. And I can't leave Jesse, I can't leave Jake, I can't leave Stephanie, Allie. Yeah, it's all right. I'm like saying their real names, but on set it's weird because I say their character names. I'm like, Jake, what, Walker? Or he says, what, Sam?
That's not too uncommon. I think that's something that happens all the time. That the finding the group of people, in terms of how long did it take how long were you on set for day 5?
I was on set most of the time when they were shooting because I was in most of the scenes. Probably 7 hours, maybe. I didn't count because I had fun all the time on set, but a lot of the time I was at school because I had to get at least 3 hours of schooling for me to be there. So and sometimes I banked 10 hours a day. So 2 days I did 10 hours of school, and then the other day, but I wasn't on set those days.
Okay, that makes sense. How many weeks?
Was it? I think it was 2 months we shot.
Dang, dude.
About it was 3 weeks. Thank you, Mama. It was about 12 to 13 weeks.
Dang, dude.
So,
when did that community, the Dia de los Muertos shoot take place? Like, in which part?
I think it was the third episode. Third episode.
It was the third episode.
And I can't think it kind of tied into the fourth, but I think it was the second month, like somewhere in the beginning.
Okay.
But we actually shot it pretty fast. The fact that we had 6 hour-long episodes, hour to 2 hour long. So,
what was it like going from the set of all adults and going back like in the show, seeing kids for the first time? What was it like having other folks your age on set?
Well, it was definitely, we had a fun time. It was definitely fun. I was like, hey, what's up, guys? They understood the jokes that none of the adults understood. But it was actually really fun. Paulina, which was, she was really, really fun to hang out with. We did school together in the trailer, so she was very fun to hang out with. She played Carmen in day 5.
Yes. The Sam's love interest. I think we can say that pretty confidently. So you had a body double,
right?
That was lovingly referred to as Toby Blossom.
Toby Blossom.
Tell us about Toby Blossom.
Toby Blossom. Her name is Lauren, and the way she got to be my double is because this is what happened. One day driving, I had to go, because of, rules. I had to go. I wasn't working too much. I was about like an hour until I had to get off set. So I just left set, They said, all right, Walker, we'll take it from here. We just need a hand shot, right? And I couldn't do it because, even if it was just a simple hand shot, it would be not illegal, but, it would be against the rules of me, a minor. So Lauren, who was the PA, she kind of looked like me, right? She was about my height, and if she put a wig on and stuff, she was like, hi, I'm Toby Blossom.
Close enough.
They were like, you know what, Lauren? Your hands are about the size of Walker's. You think and she's like, oh yeah. Next day I come back on set, she's dressed as me. I'm like, I've been
replaced.
Yeah. Josh, you see, I don't think Toby Blossom should totally take my place, but
why is she reading all of my dialogue? I don't understand.
Why does she have her own trailer, and why does she have a script? No, but Lauren and I were really good friends. Like, whenever I got off, like, not the metro. When I got out the car when they took me from the trailers to the set, she was like, Walker, and she like hugged me, and she's like super cool.
That's great. And most body doubles don't get an entire side story.
Right.
So that's pretty fun. A Sombra-esque side story. So Day 5 is about people trying to stay awake to stave off death. What was your favorite method from the show that anybody had tried to stay awake?
Okay, so there's a couple things like, I think, it's kind of like in the first episode, she's like, first coffee, first sugar, now coffee, now drugs and stuff like that. I think definitely the best would probably be the straight up adrenaline shots in the heart. He's like, all right, let's do this.
That scared the crap out. Like I had watched the first episode back when it came out a couple times, and then rewatching before this interview, still totally forgot. It's like, hey, bam, this is crap. Don't do that.
Why did you do this?
And then tags you right back.
We opened up all 8 gates. Ah, yes!
I get that reference.
Right.
Oh, goodness. Shout out to Naruto fans in the audience.
It's funny because I actually started anime right as I started Day 5 because, I was in that sort of community like, yeah, we're big anime. I'm like, oh, I should probably try it. Started first episode of Naruto. Let's do this! So then watch 300 more episodes.
That's a lot of show.
It's a lot. It's a long thing.
You want a real challenge? You want a hard mode? One Piece is at over 700 episodes.
See, I saw One Piece. I saw like a header for One Piece. Isn't it like a pirate show?
It's a pirate show with magic and treasure and weird people with weird powers.
That's cool.
But it's like Avatar: The Last Airbender, where it's silly a lot, but that makes you invested in the characters for when they get serious.
Absolutely.
And it's, oh man.
Well, I think one of my favorites right now is, I've been having a large debate with my mother, is One Punch Man.
One Punch Man
Saitama
is unfortunately one that I have not watched yet, but everybody just keeps. No, I know what it is.
It is the greatest, one of the greatest. Like, okay, I had
a roll of the eyes from our mystery guest.
I had an argument with my mom saying which one would win, Saitama versus the Hulk. She's like, who's Saitama? And I was like, the Hulk, he lifted a 140 billion ton mountain range, but Saitama would destroy him, like absolutely destroy him with one punch. Hence. One Punch Man. And so she says, I never heard of that, Walker. I mean, the Hulk, what was it? 1970 something.
Been around a while.
TV Hulk, right? And I'm like, no, the comics. I said, no, the comics came before that. She's like, no, Walker, no. It was always him, and him. But I'm like,
interesting. Well, see, the problem with that is the Hulk, the harder you hit him, he just gets more mad, which makes him stronger.
But can you get angrier? Can you just keep getting angrier and angrier infinitely? Like
I think that's the ultimate question.
Like, can you do that? And he has enough. Like, I think he's like charged with some sort of nuclear energy. Every time he gets angry and angry, that's how he gets stronger. But there's infinite in the universe. But can you just keep getting angrier and angrier? Like, there's so much things that you can get angry to.
Waiting for new episodes of Day 5 at the cliffhangers that they chose, you could get as angry as you need to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of my favorite scenes was in episode 2 when you had and I'm using air quotes here for our audio listeners, ghost pepper, in order to give a big shot of adrenaline. Have you ever eaten, not necessarily a ghost pepper, but a hot pepper?
You know what? I'm a chili head.
You are?
Yes.
Looks like we need to sign you up for hot pepper gaming and a review. No?
You know what?
It's fun.
I've had some pretty hot peppers in my lifetime. I like, from Chick-fil-A, I like to get spicy chicken sandwiches. I just like spicy things, even though, it's bad for my complexion.
Oh, please. You sweat all of the terrible toxins right out.
Yeah.
It's perfect for you.
But I love hot peppers. But that day, we actually didn't eat any hot peppers. It was
you can tell by how it looks.
Oh, yeah. Well, one time, they were actually kind of mashed up, and it was kind of not nasty, but, like, we had a tiny tomato. We're like, what are we supposed to... Action.
Just so you have something to eat.
Absolutely.
See. What's the hottest pepper you've had?
I don't know. I mean, the most hot peppers I have would probably be at La Cocina in Texas, and my hometown. I don't think it was I don't know. It was like some sort of pepper from, like straight out of coming from Mexico. It was a really hot pepper. Like, it was really hot. Like, really
Best
hot.
way to describe it?
Yeah, it wasn't ghost pepper level, but it was hot.
We got serious Scovilles on that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Definitely. Like, about 100 to 400,000 scope volumes.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's about a habanero level.
Oh,
yeah.
it was a habanero.
Okay, yeah. Habaneros
But
are fun.
I had more than one habanero.
You poor soul. Keep going. Challenge accepted. Ooh.
Well, it was at a because I used to play football for 7 years. I have played football for 7 years. Texas, and
We're not going to start talking about Friday Night Lights. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Well, it was funny because we always went to La Cocina for like after our wins and stuff, and like we're a bunch of stupid boys. We were like, all right, I dare you to eat all of this. Like they took a water and they put like sauces instead of like. I was like, let's do it. It was like the adrenaline shot. Okay, let's do it.
Not a fan. That gross. So we've talked already about how Josh and the various directors have kept it light on set. What's your favorite funny moment from being on set?
Well, definitely. You know what? It's always fun to be funny on set, but like. We were thinking of doing this thing, right, where we had like a small short. It was a small short, like, where I was the boss of everything. Like, I would like bully Josh. You know, if like one of the head of Rooster Teeth comes through, I'm like, hi, like get to meet them. And when he leaves, all right, Josh, I want you to listen up. You don't talk to him. You don't do this or this. And then Josh is like, you know what? Walker doesn't control me. Then a shot of him in his trailer just crying and him coming out. And I just
everything's fine.
I like punch his coffee out of his hand, take him out of his tray. Like, it was really fun. I don't think it ever like aired, or hopefully it'll air.
Maybe on the DVD.
Hopefully,
maybe.
Yes. But that's definitely like my favorite time. Just
don't worry about it.
Doing those things, and just make sure I don't break anything.
No, you're fine. We're perfectly malleable set here. Do you know how close we are to an announcement for a home release of season 1?
I don't know. Like. I'm not sure. I would have to ask Josh about that, but like I think it'd be definitely cool. Probably in the near like couple months if it were ever to come out with as a home release. Probably in like a month or two. Not sure.
Okay, because I know I can't. We do a lot of press with Rooster Teeth, and anytime we ask them an outright question, just like, hey, when's this happening? You're like, we can't tell you that. Why would you even ask?
Well, like, I think it's mainly supposed to be on first, like, mainly supposed to be on the website, so I'm not sure if they would come out with one or not. If they do, I would like one. I would like a DVD.
One, please. Whose story from Day 5 do you want to hear more from?
I think I would want to hear more from Stephanie's story.
Yeah.
Either Stephanie or Jake, because it's a tumble between. You know what? Stephanie, Jake, or Davey. I mean, all of them.
Just keep them coming.
Well, we know the main story about Davey, Pilot. We know some of the story about Jake. Well, no, we don't actually know anything about Jake.
We don't know too much about Jake. We know he has something with his sister and something with his parents.
Right, something, and we know some about Stephanie. We know that she was a nurse and all of that, and her and Lee are together. Well, not together anymore.
Well, no. If you haven't seen the series, they're totally together.
Yeah. So,
don't know what we're talking about.
And then next episode, we're done.
We're done.
Walks away. I'm so glad to see you. We're done.
Oh man, the Night Terrors episodes were just awful.
It was pretty fun. Well, after every single one, like, you better cut. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's put this right here. How was that? That was fun, right?
Oh my God.
I'm in the car. Yeah.
Woo! Car accident.
Woo! Well, it was fun because when we were leaving, the Day of the Dead and stuff, all the kids when we started to leave, they were like, that we were supposed to shoot a scene, where like don't fall asleep, where all of us are supposed to go and turn it off. Well, one time we all turned the radio even up more, and we all like turned the air on. And we just like quit, and it was only Stephanie who did it.
Better. Let's just stick to that. That's the one thing about Day 5 is they left enough for everybody to be super interested. Yeah. And like you were saying with Davey, with Ellis, having him, we think that he's taking the big sleep, and what we find out his next step is beyond interesting.
Absolutely.
Like, what's going on? Where is everybody?
That ending of the last episode, I was like, no, don't you dare, no.
That's when you move your mouse up and go, how much time is left? No, credits, dang it, credits.
That's exactly what I do. That's what, anything, I'm like, No, this better not be the... No!
This is pretty harrowing. How much time do we have left? Next week on day 5.
I wanted to do that. I was like, Josh, maybe I can be like, last time on day 5, or like, last time on day 5, we were...
Last time on day 5.
we were, he fell asleep, but maybe not, who knows?
You need to be the narrator. Like, we find out that the narrator of the show is a grown-up version of you after everything.
Absolutely, and I'm like the only one alive, like, I could care less about Jake.
I've been sleeping fine for weeks.
Yeah,
Nobody knew.
I was gonna tell Josh, like, what we should do is like have a video of me with an umbrella spinning it, and then like if you know
Just
what
hypnotizing?
spinning it. If we ever go to like commercial within day 5, and like Jesse throwing like shots and syringes on it, it's a Dragon Ball Z reference.
I'm missing it.
Whenever Dragon Ball Z like
on the middle. Okay. I never watched it in Japanese. I only watched it in English. So I only got regular commercial breaks.
Like,
I didn't know that was their bumper.
Well, I watched it's kind of like me. I like dubbed versions of stuff.
Oh yeah.
I only watched Naruto dubbed. I only watched One Punch Man dubbed.
Okay.
Because like after I see it dubbed and then I see like the Japan version, I'm like, no, that's not their voice, and I go back.
That's how it was for the stuff when I was growing up. For Dragon Ball, I haven't watched it in Japanese. For Gundam Wing, I haven't watched it in Japanese. Right. But since Japan is way ahead in terms of story, like I went from watching English to Japanese to now I just read. Because like they're months ahead and I need to know what happens. You can't stop me on a character. Possible death.
I haven't read any manga yet.
Oh yeah?
I kind of want to get some manga. I want to read some, but
there are bookstores. I mean, if you can find a bookstore.
Well,
but
yeah, it's 2016. Bookstore? No, we have a computer technology store.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, you could actually, if you went to Little Tokyo, you could probably find some good manga out there.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Short drive.
Sweet.
The characters in day 5, the shorts that they released, absolutely horrifying and make you laugh, make you cry. So with the sleep epidemic, what is your theory on what happened?
Okay. I've actually have tons of theories.
Oh, yeah?
I was in my room and I've got this big whiteboard. It's like, all right, this has happened, and this has happened. It's
you got the pins with the yarn,
giant matrix. Just cool
I'll
thing.
figure it out someday.
But I believe that at one point in time, something of course the news station, and all leads back to the news station. I think that something has happened with the Navy or like the Army and stuff, and they need to wipe people out without them noticing, or something big is about to happen. So they purposely did it. But I don't think people would be always dead. Like, after it's all gone, after it's all done, they hit a button, the cure goes out, and people are able to
So it's like it's like coma as opposed to death.
It's like a coma as opposed to death, even though they are technically dead. But I feel like if something goes out, it's more of a coma.
Interesting.
That's what I believe.
That's the happiest possible ending. Is that no?
But we're in day 5.
Only the people that you viciously murdered in order to keep them from finding out the truth. Those are the only people, and all the people that the doctors murdered. Oh no!
Like The Walking Dead.
Whoops! The good people aren't really good. That's fun. Interesting.
Oh, yeah, that's what I believe. I don't know if that is it or not. But
I one of my theories is that I think it might be contained to just the United States. Like they hear like, oh, things from around the world, but that, like you said, if there's a bigger inclusion, it could just be, wow, it actually is a worldwide plague, but it's not.
Right.
Like who knows?
That's what they're telling us.
Yeah, that's who knows what's real and what's not. And I look so forward to a day 5 season 2 when if it happens.
Well, I know. I'm also praying too. It's really up to the fans to decide. So I say decide.
Remember, you can sign up for a first membership on roosterteeth.com. Get your first month for free. You could even go double gold, get an RT box, and get some fun merchandise.
RT boxes are cool.
They are. I wish I could afford them. Rent is terrible in Los Angeles. So you talked about RTX, and we'll sort of wrap up with this. RTX, for those who don't know, is the big Rooster Teeth fan convention. Started out super small, as most things do, and is getting bigger and bigger every year. This past year was your first RTX, right?
Yes, and it was definitely a big one. It was 60,000 people.
Yep.
I think that was more than. Was that more than Comic-Con? No.
Comic-Con's like 215,000.
Okay, never mind.
It'll get there. It'll get there. Probably not in the same place, but it'll get there.
Hopefully, but I think RTX, yes, was my first time, and wow, I didn't think it was possible for such a gigantic place to have so many video games and so many Rooster Teeth fans. Like, when I first went there, I was invited, so I came and I was staying at this hotel, and I had people actually, I'm a 13-year-old, so when people come up to me asking me for autographs and pictures, I'm like, can I have your autograph and picture? Like, you're my first fan. I mean, can I please? And they're like,
it's weird.
Really, Walker? I'm like, yes, please. I'm like,
can I take a picture with my phone too?
yes. I'm like, hold on. Yeah, okay, cool.
All right, sorry, what were you saying? I totally forgot.
No, it's really fun. And with them coming up to me, it was definitely really cool. But as I said, I think of them as a family. But RTX, it was really fun. We had these like little VIP lounges with Cokes, and they had like a glass Coke bottle.
Really?
It's like a glass Coke bottle where you pour Coke in it, so you don't actually have to have. Not glass. Sorry, ice.
Oh, it's an ice bottle.
It's an ice bottle. I'm like, what is this witchcraft? But yeah. RTX was very interesting and probably some of the most fun I've ever had. It's, when I started Overwatch, I got to play lots of games, like probably more than I should.
Aside from Overwatch, what was your favorite thing to play?
I like to play, what's it called? Just Cause.
Oh, just the...
On the Alienware sort of...
Ooh, so like highest quality...
Oh, yeah. Alienware. Coming pretty far strides.
So all you got to do is you got to go, and that's Alienware. I'll take one, please.
Yeah.
And there you go. Just shoot for that
Mm-hmm.
Alienware sponsorship. Become a pro gamer. You get all the computers you could ever want.
Absolutely.
Do not take advantage of the system. I'm just kidding, but do it. Totally do it.
Absolutely.
What from day 5? You were at the first event. What was that? Your first red carpet experience?
Yes.
And
it was.
Tell us about that.
Well, wait, I'm trying to think. Was it? Yes, it was.
Okay.
I was kind of like, I always thought more of the red carpet would be like you just walk straight down. It's more like you stand there, like take pictures and stuff. It was definitely every single time the camera, like one of their cameras, took a photo, which there was lots, like lots of pictures. My heart beat it even faster. Beated?
That's fine. Beat?
Yeah. Beat even faster. And it was after I've joined Rooster Teeth, my world has opened up 10 times more than it would has, RTX, red carpet, lots of, I think it was definitely a really interesting experience being on a red carpet for my first time, especially being at 13. I would only think that I would be on the red carpet at age like over 20 or something like that, but I'm blessed to be with Rooster Teeth and get to go all these big places and things and do things.
I'm happy that you're having a good time. It definitely translates on screen, and we hope to see you more in Rooster Teeth productions of any kind. What is your biggest goal for the end of 2016?
Definitely, I kind of want to be a Rooster Teeth regular.
Yeah.
Be more like Josh, Chris, and Aaron. I don't want my own show, but I like Social Disorder.
Oh God! Don't. I'm not
gonna do Social Disorder. I mean, I could be that kid in the background, sir, I need you to do this, or like I do that.
You could be in on it.
Oh, absolutely.
You could be a kid who helps play everything out.
I'm not gonna eat a bug. I'm not going to be in a body bag. But I think it'd be fun to have some sort of that show. I was on a podcast, which that was also very fun. Microphone, and I kind of want to really become a good Rooster Teeth regular, where I get to go to all these events and more events and stuff, and be more well known, like Barbara and stuff like that. That's probably my main thing. And I've also been pitching some ideas to Josh that they should do.
With their shorts division, they do anything and everything.
My favorite short ever is How to Write a Eulogy, where Josh dresses up like Barbara and almost kisses Chris. I'm like, no, Josh, no.
He's shouting at the screen, please don't. And your dad, Matt Hullum, had a very fun role in that one as well. I would definitely say the shorts are a great way to have a ticket in. Do you have a $1 million butt scenario ready just in case they ask you to be on that show?
I don't. I actually have the game.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I got the game. I would probably say $1 million, but I said this to Josh as hinting I want to be on $1 million, but I said $1 million, but every time you spend your money, a random Sam comes out and hits you with an
adrenaline shot.
An adrenaline shot in the heart.
Oh my god!
So like you're buying coffee, you're just like here, you know. I just come out and just start following you and hit you right in the heart with an adrenaline shot.
What would be worse is you're paying at a restaurant, so you pay shot, and then before you leave, do you leave the tip? Does that count as another one?
That'd be fun.
We gotta go. Ah, just super. Somebody else leaves the tip, for the love of God.
You like start walking out. Excuse me. It's pretty nice to, you know, if you give me a tip, you're like, you're right. You know?
Oh my god.
That'd be pretty fun. Absolutely.
I don't know if I would take that.
I don't know. See, if it's $1 million, would you spend $1 million once as a whole? Because it's only you have to spend that $1 million. You know, I would spend it once as a whole, and then only have to take the adrenaline once. Then aside, like, buy everything that I want that I'm planning on
in one transaction.
In one transaction, like CPU, GPU, like 4 computers, a house, all this other stuff. Booyah! Yeah.
Pay somebody the $1 million to be your money spender.
Yeah, I was also thinking about that too, but you can't trust people.
No, that's right. You can't trust anybody, and that's a great note to leave on. Don't trust anybody.
Also, don't fall asleep.
Don't fall asleep. Walker, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
It was a lot of fun. Before we go, why don't you let the folks at home know where they can find you on social media, any projects you're working on?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at WalkTX1. That's WALKTX1. Instagram, you know, a super not cliche, Walker _Satterwhite.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Facebook at Walker Satterwhite. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thanks.
Oh, also Snapchat. WALKERSATT. I like snapping the fans and stuff. Family.
That's fun. That's cool. Yes, Snapchat is a new strange phenomenon.
It's the meta. It's the bastion of social media.
Snapchat. Don't fall asleep. We're Snapchat. And you can find me on Twitter at Mark Donica. Thank you for joining us for this episode of AfterBuzz TV Spotlight On. We will see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.